Morning sunlight gently touched their garden. The leaves shimmered with dew, fresh and bright. Rows of green vegetables stood proudly, moving softly with the breeze. Udin ran between the plants, laughing as his hands brushed against the healthy leaves. Emak harvested fresh vegetables with a peaceful smile, her woven basket quickly filled with green chilies, spinach, and long beans. Emak nodded, because we cared for them with love. Located beside the river, flowed a strong, clear stream. The sound of running water resembled music. Udin frequently splashed while Emak washed vegetables nearby. The water was abundant, and the soil was fertile. Udin leaned on Emak's shoulder, hoping for a bigger garden. Emak smiled and agreed, as they worked together. But the season's change revealed their unknown future. The dry season's unrelenting touch left the garden lifeless, resembling a forgotten landscape. Udin stood by Emak, their shared garden, the sole source of sustenance. Emak's fear revealed her reluctance. Udin clenched his fists, deciding to act. Determined, he approached the riverbank, carefully measuring the land's unevenness. If they could guide the river, they'd secure their future. Yet, doing nothing posed significant risk. Emak hesitated, yet their options seemed limited. Udin took the HOA and began working. Under the burning sun, Udin dug. The earth fought back. Each strike hurt his small hands. Blisters formed. His arms shook. Emak tried to help, though her body was weak. Neighbors passed by, shaking their heads. "It won't work," someone whispered. But Udin kept digging. Hope was heavier than the HOH, but he carried both. After days of exhausting work, the canal finally connected to the river. Udin opened the final wall of soil. Water began to flow thin at first, then stronger. It moved along the ditch toward their garden. Emak gasped. Udin smiled through tears. The water reached the dry land. For the first time in weeks, hope returned. That night, dark clouds gathered unexpectedly. A sudden heavy rain poured from the sky. The river swelled violently. Udin woke to the sound of rushing water. The small canal they built could not handle the force. With a loud crack, the dirt wall collapsed. The water burst through wildly, destroying parts of the garden they tried so hard to save. By morning, the canal was ruined. The plants were buried in mud. Udin fell to his knees in the wet soil. Emak walked toward him slowly. She looked at the destroyed canal. For a whole day, Udin said nothing. Then, as the sun began to set, he picked up the hoe once more. This time, he built the canal stronger. He reinforced the sides with stones. He learned from the damage. They worked not with fear, but with determination. If hope could break, it could also be rebuilt. Days later, the water flowed once again steady, controlled, gentle. New green shoots slowly appeared from the soil. The garden began to breathe again. Udin stood silently, watching the small stream he fought so hard to protect. Emak hugged him tightly. "Storms may break our walls," she whispered, "but they cannot break our spirit. It is the one that rises every time it is destroyed." Over the field, neighbors noticed the once skeptical crowd. Disappointed they once criticized the unsustainable water source. Now their land looked lifeless and dry. One by one, neighbors approached Udin's canal, longing for life back in the fields. Amidst the silence, Emak offered her hand for shared water. Water was for everyone, emphasized Emak. Without pride or anger, Udin opened the canal a smidge, allowing water to flow for their neighbors. The stream brought life to other gardens, awakening an even stronger kindness within you.